Hello!
Hi!
Welcome to Intertwined Stitches. I'm Stephanie, also known as XCO Mom.
I'm Lakshmi, also known as Knitter by Nature.
And this is episode 24. Today is April 23rd. Yesterday was Earth Day. So happy belated Earth Day.
Happy Earth Day and happy belated Easter to everyone.
Yes, Easter, Passover, I think is still going on till tonight. So happy Passover if you celebrate. Yeah. It's been a really long time.
A really long time.
And we haven't even seen each other in a really long time because we have just been
I don't
busy.
think we've seen each other since we last recorded, so.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been busy.
Yeah.
I've had medical issues. I was diagnosed with a heart problem. Excuse me, I'm going to sneeze.
Oh,
Ah.
bless you.
Thank you. Sorry, allergies are really bad right now. The pollen is starting to kick up in the trees, and it's been really rainy the past couple days. So, oh, you may have noticed my hair is completely different. I cut it all off and dyed it dark brown, and there's hot pink in here too. So, yeah.
Very cool.
But every time we would text each other, what days are good for you this week? And she's like, I have to work X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, oh crap, I have doctor's appointments on LMNOP. So it didn't work out. And then we had an emergency with my family, so we had to take off to Ohio sooner than we had anticipated. And we were going to record before then. And it's just been one thing after another. And Sushi says hi. Don't mind her, she's taking a bath.
But today's an exciting show because we have a bunch of prizes to give away. Yay!
We drew for the prizes before we started, just because it took us 10 minutes to draw for prizes. And we didn't want to have to sit here and be like, what number is that? Mm-hmm. So, we got it good to go. You want to do that now, or you want to do that after we talk about
everybody's probably waiting to see who won. The sweater's quantity worth of yarn is the grand prize. And
we'll
that's
announce that one last. Okay. Even though we drew it for it first, because we were excited too.
Sure. But we have two sweater patterns to give away.
Sitting on it.
And these will be a sweater pattern up to an $8 value.
Yep. Any sweater pattern of your choice. Just one lets me know, one lets you know.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good.
We had posts 2 through 34, so 34 sweaters were knit in 2 months. And that doesn't even count what we knit.
Right.
That's pretty good.
That's
good
good.
job,
yeah.
guys. The person with the most sweaters was Crazy No, which is Carol from Scotland. She knit 4 sweaters in the 2 months.
Way to go!
That's amazing. I am, like, blown away. So, for your prize, the lovely Dawn of Daybreak Dye Works donated this skein of yarn. Oh. Isn't it pretty? I haven't taken it out of the package because of Sushi, and I didn't want her hair to contaminate anything.
Sorry for the crinkling.
Yes, sorry. And it's in the Daybreak colorway, which is a really pretty pink with pops of purple and yellow in there. And it is 100% superwash merino, and 2-ply fingering is 400 yards. So, and the tags just fell off, but I will put them back on. So that is coming to you in Scotland, Carol.
Beautiful.
Crazy No. So contact
Congratulations.
me, and I will send it your way. So woohoo! I am amazed. 4 sweaters. Wow, that's a sweater every 2 weeks. That's crazy sauce, is what that is.
Yeah, that's
the next sweater pattern, or the first sweater pattern we drew for, it was post number 7, which is Lone Star Knitter, and she knit the bully.
Yeah, I'm not
Boule.
sure how to pronounce it. Bulle.
And it's an adorable picture of her daughter wearing it, and she's very much like, I don't want my picture taken.
It's a cute picture.
So, congratulations. Contact me, and I will send you your sweater pattern. Whatever you choose, just let me know. And then, the next sweater pattern
is number 5, which is Laura Mag, and she knit a sideways wrap. Very cute, stylish.
It was nice. Very red.
And so contact me, Knitter by Nature, and we'll gift a sweater pattern to you. So yay!
And
Congratulations!
last, but certainly not least, the big prize, the sweater's worth, which will be 14 skeins of wool of the Andes in the colorway of your choosing, and that went to number 34, the very last post, and that was Hazel.
Congratulations!
And she knit a flax sweater for her son, and it was a really cute blue, so yay!
So check
Congratulations!
out Knit Pic's website and choose. You have probably 100 colors to choose from.
At least.
So
Yeah, something like that. Let us know, and we will get that rolling and sent to you. So congratulations. Thank you for everyone who participated. It was really fun to see all those sweaters come in, especially Crazy No-No there at the end with like boom, 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 boom. So that was cool.
And it was good, a little bit of motivation for me to work on some sweaters and
Yes.
get one finished.
Sweater Sunday still lives on because my sweaters are not done yet.
I have not been doing Sweater Sunday. I have been not been knitting hardly at all this month.
Me either.
I've been crocheting a lot.
I just haven't had the knitting mojo.
Yeah. Like
I need to get that back.
This is the first time I picked up this blanket.
It looks really good though.
Yeah, so this is the log cabin blanket that I'm working
I
on.
like those colors. They're not colors I would choose, but I like them together. They're very you.
Yeah, I think they are. And
It looks great.
yeah, and I started when I was running out of acrylic yarn, I started stealing some of these colors to make some softies. So I had to order some more yarn. But I made I have quite a
let's talk
few
about finished objects.
this time because it's been 4 weeks.
Yeah, it's been
Right?
quite a while.
So I got inspired by the Craftsy class.
Nice.
Woodland, amigurumi woodland animals, or I think it's something like that. So I started working on a raccoon.
Right, I think that's what you had his pieces done last time.
Yeah, so I started working on the raccoon, and here's how he came out. And when I finished him all up, I had a dilemma when it came to attaching his pieces because the designer knit through the back loops only, and I didn't do that. So she had little ridges where she could sew into all around the body and everywhere. So I put this aside, and I was like, oh, well, let me try to make the bear. And so I took some of the persimmon color I was working with of the Knit Picks, and I crocheted a little bear.
Oh, he's cute.
My son absolutely fell in love with this one. In love with him, and he was really easy and fun to make.
So she likes it too.
And then I made another one out of the sienna color, the darker brown from my blanket, and I gave that away as a birthday gift for my nephew.
Nice. Sushi
and
really likes these stuffies.
Yeah, my plan was to like crochet a bunch and like give them as a charity donation to like a women's shelter in the area.
And I did talk with a woman from the Women's Health Services here in Litchfield County, and they do accept gifts.
Oh, great.
Like that. So if anyone wants to look up their local chapter of Women's Health Services and donate, or you can send it to us and we can donate it to our local. She said that they very much take gifts like that to give to children who are fleeing from the situation with their parent.
Right.
Much like my brother and I did with my mom. And I know that when we were in that situation, I would have given my left arm for a new softie because it was a scary situation. I didn't know what was going on, and it was tough.
Yeah, and softies bring a lot of comfort to little ones.
Indeed.
And so I had so much fun making these that I bought another of Stacy Chalk's patterns, the owl, Nelson the owl, amigurumi owl. And so is this the right one? So I made one out of Vanna's Choice, which is, out of all the acrylics I've used, is my favorite right now. I used, for the raccoon, I used Caron Simply Soft, and the yarn just did not have a good consistency.
Really?
Like there was parts of it that were like not twisted all the way completely, and
I have troubles with that too, where it's very splitty.
yeah, it's splitty too. So I didn't really enjoy working with that, and the knit picks worked out pretty good. It's a little less
That's the Brava?
stiff. Yes. It's a little less, I like how stiff the Vantage Choice is. It works good for little animals. So, and then I made another one. I made a chocolate, so he has a little twin because my son fell in love with this one. And I was like, well, I wanted to give one away. So I made a duplicate. He has a twin now. This is out of the taupe color, and this is out of chocolate, so they're just a little bit different.
Yeah, this one has more gray to it.
Yes. And, so I have those guys, and then I got inspired to make some more softies, and I got the book Crocheted Softies by Stacy Truck, which has a bunch of animals. The first little guy I made was a baby penguin.
Those eyes are hilarious.
And he's got the small 12mm eyes on him. For the little bear, I used, I think, 15mm, so he's got a little bigger eyes.
The penguin just looks like, oh my god, I shouldn't be here.
So I like that, making that guy. And then my son's favorite was...
This is going to sound really dorky, but your penguin and the way his bill and face is reminds... My son has been Pokemon obsessed lately.
Yeah?
And it looks like the Psyduck.
I don't know.
Sigh. Anyways.
And then another pattern from that book is Salty the Crocodile.
Oh
This is my son's favorite.
He's my favorite too.
And he was a lot of fun to make.
He's fantastic.
He's got the buggy eyes and eyelids. And he's got bumps.
cluster stitch bumps.
Yep,
Those are
cluster
awesome.
stitch bumps all around, and he's got little squatty little arms.
He's fantastic.
And then I just bought another pattern because my son wanted a dragon. But this guy looks more like a dinosaur to me than a dragon. And I'm almost completely finished with him. I just have to finish some scales up his back.
He's cute. I think he looks like a dragon.
Yeah, so he's got the buggy eyes too. And there's another pattern, dragon in the same pattern that I'm going to make. It's a green one, and he has all different features. Like, it's a choose your own dragon adventure. Like, you can put all the different pieces on. You can put wings and arms, and this one came out a little bit goofy because I put the arms a little too far back.
He's like, wee!
I know, maybe I should give him some wings. But
You've been busy.
I know, I've been...
And these are your first ever attempt at amigurumis, right?
Mm-hmm.
She fell in love. She drank the Kool-Aid.
Yep.
They're fun.
They are fun. And my son's been really enjoying them, and I like to make him happy. And
well, and it's fun to do things that are fun, and they're relatively quick.
They
so
are. You can finish one in a couple days.
Exactly.
A few days.
And they're so fun to look at, and they just make you smile, so why not?
Yeah.
I love amigurumis.
Yeah, so that's what I've been working on. And then there's, I did do one knitting project, and I started a new sweater out of the Knit Picks Stroll Tweed.
Nice.
So it's a fingering weight sweater, nice and lightweight for the summer, and it's just a raglan top-down sweater.
Okay.
And it's by Diane Susie? Or Saucy? I don't know how to say her name.
Saucy.
Yeah, maybe she's saucy. But here's the neck. Oops, let me get her. I'm almost done with my first ball of yarn. And I just divided for the sleeves.
Cute.
So this is the front, and you start with the back, and you work back and forth a little bit. Yes, it's a pullover. And then you the front is a little bit lower, so then you start the front and keep increasing.
Very nice.
Every other row or so.
I like how tweedy that is.
Yeah, it's very nice, and it's machine washable, so I'll be able to just like throw it in the wash, and it'll come out just like the socks I wash, you know.
Nice.
But I might be a little careful at first, just because I don't want to lose a lot of the tweedy flex.
Right.
I might like hand wash it.
I you know, the tweed that I use for my Ginny cardigan, the, I don't even, it's over there, I can see it, but it's not as tweedy as that, and I kind of wanted that more tweed flex. Then again, for the first skein of yarn, I kept picking them out. So that's probably my own fault.
Those flecks in there. And this is the Thirst color.
It's pretty. It's like a gray blue.
Yeah, it's kind of the same color as my, I made another sweater out of this color, but not out of the straw. It was,
sorry, I have sushi.
Forget the name of it, though.
Okay. Is that all your work?
The Gemini.
Oh, yeah.
Gemini was close to that color.
Yeah, it is.
And just the blanket I've been picking up here and there, but not much.
I have a finished guy. I have a couple things that I finished, but they've been so past finished that my boys have scattered their bits. Stop.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. No eating cords. So I finished this guy yesterday. He was going to go to a swap partner, and then I'm doing the Amigurumi's attic swap, and it's the Enchanted Forest, and so I was like, oh, he's Enchanted Forest, he's a little frog, but then my boy said, no, Mommy, that's Fairy Tale, that's not Enchanted Forest, so he might stay here with us. But there's him. He's super cute. It was the Halloween Toads pattern on Ravelry, and then I just gave him a crown. And Sushi likes the crown. She tries to carry him off by it.
Really cute.
I love him.
I like his little feet.
I know. She actually had a different way to do his feet with cluster stitches, and it just wasn't looking right when I did it, so I just did, I did chain 5, and then I went back down and worked in 5 chains down, and again. He's got little...
Cute.
I love him. He's adorable.
He's got a lot of character.
He does. He's got giant eyes, and I just love him. What else am I working on? So instead for that swap, I am going to do, I really hope my partner doesn't watch me, because it's not an anonymous swap. Anyways, sorry Laura if you are watching.
Look away.
Yes, look away for a minute. I'm going to do a toadstool house. Oh geez, thank you Stitch Marker. It saved me from losing all my work. Toadstool house, it was really cute. It's just a little toadstool mushroom, and then you sew on like a little door and some ivy up the side and a window or whatever. You decorate it how you choose. So this is the top of the mushroom, and it is Karen's Simply Soft in the pumpkin colorway.
Nice.
So there's that. And then the base is just going to be some red heart that I had in the stash. It's like a cream color. So there's that. That should be done this evening. And then I'm going to make a little Nomi to go in the house, because my son said, you cannot have an enchanted forest without a gnome, Mom. I said, okay, Carson. Gnome it is.
He knows his stuff.
He does. I mean, come on, he's a kid, right? So then I was trying to get my knitting mojo back because it escaped me. And so I was scrolling through Instagram one day, and somebody was knitting this shawl, and it is called the Nostalgia Shawl, and I loved it. So the day I got my hair done, I came home and my boys said that I looked like Wild Style from the new Lego movie, and I thought that was hilarious. So I came downstairs and I dug out my Punky colorway from Knit Picks. Let me get it out of here, because I thought that was very Wild Style colors.
Definitely.
So I'm knitting it with that and just plain black that I had bought for my fish socks, but this came first. So I've only got a few stripes done. It's striped and then it's meshy.
The color's striking with the black.
It's fun. I like it. And it's funny, the shawl is called Nostalgia, and Lakshmi looked at the colors. She's like, those colors are very Punky Brewster. And I was like, funny you should say that. And then I have it in my brand new from Unassembled Sweaters, My Little Pony bag. And I was like, see, it all goes together. Punky Brewster, My Little Pony, they're all nostalgia of my childhood. So there's that. And I love this bag. I love it a lot. I took it to Ohio with us, and my niece, who is 4.5, is pony obsessed, and she wanted it, and I was like, that's Aunt Stephanie's ponies. So I have, sorry about that, that was an avalanche. I also started a Bonnie Wee Mouse, I don't remember how it goes, but I've got a wee tiny foot.
Oh.
And this is out of some new yarn that I got from Lanai. And it's her Lint Liquor colorway. It's all shadowy because it's rainy out and the coloring is not good. But it's gray with pops of teal and pink. Maybe you'll be able to see it in this game. So there's that. And it's Lint Liquor from that commercial. Who you calling a cootie queen, you Lint Liquor? And so that's the Bonnie Wee Mouse, and that is a Susan Claudino pattern, I believe. Pretty sure. So that's that. I only have a tiny wee foot because...
And are you making that for yourself?
I was going to make it for my grandfather as a get well soon present, but while we were in Ohio, it was... okay, I'll tell you the whole story. He was having... I told you guys before, he is on the National Registry or whatever for a kidney transplant. But in the meantime, he has to have dialysis, and they put a shunt in his belly to give him stomach dialysis with fluids, and the shunt never took. It never worked out. He had to have it replaced twice, and it never worked. So they had to start doing the dialysis through his arm. And so they decided that that's the only way it was going to work. Then they needed to do a fistula in his arm, and it's a whole process. So in the meantime, he's like, we'll get this out of my stomach out because it's causing troubles. So the day they did the surgery and took it out, they were like, his heart rate is really fast. We don't know why. It's kind of erratic. Keep an eye on it. So my grandmother was taking his blood pressure several times a day, and his pulse was all over the place. 113, 140, 113, and it was just everywhere. So she took him to the emergency room, and they admitted him into the ICU because his heart rate was so erratic, and he was just sick. And this went on. They were checking his blood levels, and it was chaos. So they did a heart catheter, and when they went in for the heart catheter, they found out that his heart was clotted and blocked up, and his heart was only working at 20%. And he could have died at any time while he was there. So they scheduled him an emergency, what's the word that I can't think of now? He had a quadruple bypass, an emergency quadruple bypass, because it was a mess. There were clots, and it was a disaster. They ended up having to replace 2 of his valves, and so it was lucky he survived. They brought him out of sedation, and he's been coding, and it's just been a nightmare. Yesterday they had to put a tracheostomy in, which my husband and my brother kept correcting me to tracheotomy, and I'm like, no, it's not a tracheotomy, it's a tracheostomy, which is different, I think. In my head, it's different because a tracheotomy is clearing the pipeway because there's something stuck, and a tracheostomy is putting that ventilator in because you need it because he can't breathe on his own yet. And this was all a week ago, so it was in and out of the hospital. We were there for a week, and the majority of the time we were there, we were in the hospital waiting room. So you would think I would have gotten a lot of knitting done, but I had my 2-year-old, my 4-year-old, and my 6-year-old with me, and my 4-year-old niece, and so it was a lot more wrangling and not enough sitting and fidgeting time. So please, if you are the praying sort, or whatever good positive mojo you want to send his way, that would be much appreciated because he's still teetering on the edge. So it was hard. I had myself all prepared thinking that I was going to be okay going in to see him, and I walked in and about fell on the floor because it's just, it knocked my knees out from underneath me. It was hard. he and my grandmother pretty much raised me and my brother from the time I was like 10. So it was hard. It was very hard. So if you have that sort of mojo you want to send to him, I would greatly appreciate it. Now, on a less depressing note, I've also been working on my hitchhiker. It's one thing that I worked on while we were driving and whatnot, so it's nice and bright and cheerful.
Yes, it's very pretty.
And that's also out of Lanai. Oh no, did I drop a stitch? Oh man! So there's that, and it is the Love Shack colorway. It's nice and bright.
Mm-hmm.
Yay!
Yeah.
So, did you have a lot of enabling while I was gone?
Just acrylic. And I didn't bring it because it was just acrylic and it's a lot. But I got some different colors of mostly. I got some Vanna's Choice, and I also picked up some Red Heart, and that's what the penguin is out of.
It's not much fun to work with.
But that, oh my gosh, I hated working with that, and it came out really stiff and everything. So I don't know.
Supposedly, if you take the label off and put it in like a lingerie bag and wash it and dry it, it comes out a lot softer or whatever. And of course, it doesn't tangle in itself because it's acrylic, but supposedly it makes it easier to work with. I haven't tried it.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, because, I feel like when I first started crocheting, I didn't care. It was Red Heart. It was what I could afford, and it was whatever.
Right.
But now, like, there's physically a difference between the regular Red Heart and, like, even their soft stuff.
Right.
It's much nicer.
Mm-hmm.
I was spoiled while we were gone. I got a thank you package from Camilla. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. Camilla. Sorry. Anyways, it was very, very nice. Very generous. She sent me 2 skeins of yarn. Isn't that pretty? And she sent me a whole bag of charms to make stitch markers out of. And I sat down and sorted them all out. And they're so pretty. There's flip-flops and hearts and little owls and perfume bottles and little people. And
there's a lot in there, too.
There's a ton in there. And so it was so sweet. And she sent me a pattern book, which I made a cheeseburger out of. But my sons have lost all the pieces. She handmade me this little zipper pull. I left it on here so that you guys could see before I take it away. It's got all sorts of charms on here, so it'll be really fun to put on something. So that when I'm waiting in line or something, my 2-year-old could sit here and fidget with it. So it's brilliant.
Good idea.
She sent me handmade soap and tea, and it was very, very nice. So thank you very much, Camilla. And don't be surprised if you get a thank you for my thank you gift. So. And then my husband was in the doghouse when we went to Ohio. I won't even go there. He knows what he did. And so we were out, just the 2 of us one afternoon, getting the boys Easter presents. And he's like, "Do you want to go to this yarn store?" I'm like, that's when you know he's really in trouble. And he's like, "Do you wanna?" So we went to Eau de Bleu, which is in like Orange, Ohio, near Moreland Hills, where my family, or his family, stays. So this is from their store, and it's Eau de Bleu Euphoric Yarns, which is one of their in-store companies. And the colorway is Hummingbird, and it's the Maggery sock, whatever. But this is an exclusive hand-dyed product for their yarns, and it's 445 yards. And I could not walk away from it. It was so pretty. Their store is very fun. We tried to go there before, but it was closed for Christmas, so I was bummed. So I was glad we got to go. And then I bought my very first opal. And I don't know how to pronounce that. Polarlichter? Polarlichter?
Oh.
I don't know. It's written in German. So there's that. Some super, I don't know, there we go, there's the color. It's very pretty. I liked it. It was a nice little shop. They had a decent selection of yarn, not a very good selection of needles though. They had like one little spinning thing that had like 2 sides that were needles, and that was it. They had like Addy turbos and a couple of knit picks, but that was it. But lots of shop samples. Yeah, lots of shop samples all over the walls. It was a really pretty store. They had this huge mural on the wall of a sparkly tree. Excuse me. And all the leaves and stuff were scraps of yarn like glued on.
Cool.
It was so cool. I should have taken a picture, but I didn't.
Alright.
So that was fun. And of course my My Little Pony bag also came during this month.
And we
my
should have
liquor.
enabling coming up.
Yes! You want to tell them?
Well, this weekend we're going to the Connecticut Sheep and Wool Festival.
Yay! It's forever away, but I don't even care. Oh,
Where is it?
I don't know. That way.
Okay, we'll figure it out.
Stitch by Jess Lou's going to be there. I'm excited to get one of her bags. Again.
Cool.
I got pulled over this week.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Did you get a ticket or
Yeah, I did.
Oh, man.
And I was like, I'm not speeding. I didn't do anything bad. What's going on? And he comes up and he's like, how are you today? And I'm like, I'm okay. Can I ask why I got pulled over? And he's like, I'm showing your car's not registered. And I'm like, what? He's like, as of August, your car isn't registered. I'm like, oh, oh gosh. And I just drove it all the way to Ohio. I've driven it several times to Ohio since August. Oh my gosh. He's
How'd
like,
you miss that one?
I know. He's like, did you not get a letter in the mail? I'm like, not that I remember. Oh my god. He's like, technically, since it's over a month, I'm supposed to have you towed, but because I had the boys in the back seat, and it was like 10 minutes before I had to get Xavier off the bus, I'm like, oh my gosh. So yeah. Oops. My bad.
You lucked out.
Yeah, he was very nice.
Oh, nice.
He was very cute, too. I was like, well, hello, officer. But, yeah, that was some excitement. Like, oh my gosh. And I had a whole car full of groceries. We were just coming from the grocery store.
They have nothing better to do in this town.
He's like, I ran your plates and your car's not registered. I'm like, why'd you run my plates? Man, I didn't even do anything.
Right?
So that was not fun. But at least he gave me 3 weeks to get it taken care of, so whew. And he's like, keep this ticket in your car because when you get pulled over again, you can tell him it's already being handled. I'm like, when I get pulled over? What? He's like, I'm surprised you haven't been pulled over yet. I'm like, that's because most people aren't like, hey, there's a minivan, let's run their plates.
Yeah, I know.
So that was not so much fun excitement. Anyways, public service announcement. Make sure you register your car. They will get you.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't believe that. Ah. So that's not going to be cheap. No. So I think that's everything, right?
Yeah, the only thing I wanted to mention was we were going to do a charity gal this month, but this month is
Almost
practically over. So did you want to extend it? Or?
Yeah, let's do it. You want to do it next month?
Yeah, we're going to do it through till the end of May. And we'll start a thread, and you can start now. We can, if you already started, you can, post the stuff that you already started in the thread that we're going to open. So,
and it could be a charity of your choice. If you want to, I will be knitting or crocheting softies and knitting softies for the domestic violence shelters. So if you want to join in on that, you can. If you want to do something for autism awareness, you could do that. Or whatever charity is near and dear to your heart, just talk about it in the thread, and maybe it'll be near and dear to somebody else's heart and they want to do it too.
Yeah, maybe we'll find out some cool ones that we didn't know about. So
Yes.
please speak up if you know about any charities that could use some knitted items.
Also, Daybreak Dye Works, one of my favorite fiber companies, Indie Dye or whatever you want to call Dawn. She's by herself. She's not really a company. She is doing a unclub, which is, she's paired with some tea company up in Denver, and she is going to dye up some fiber to match the theme of the tea. And it's really cool, and I'm hoping to get in on that. And so she is selling, I think it's only like $25, which for a braid of fiber and a pack of tea, I mean, come on. So check her out. That's Daybreak. Let me make sure I get it right. It's etsy.com/shop/Daybreak Dyeworks. And she's also on Instagram as DLYN1124, and she has lots of pretty fiber and yarn, and you should check her out, and you should join her on club if you like tea, or even if you don't like tea, because she's awesome. And there's going to be tea themed prizes with your fiber and tea as a bonus.
Cool.
So it should be very cool. Check her out. Snatch up a spot before they're gone. I think she's selling through May something. May 5th, maybe? Cinco de Mayo? I could be making that date up. I'm not sure. Sorry for my boys tap dancing up there. I don't know what they're doing. Yeah. So check that out. Snatch up a spot if you can. It's first come, first serve. So.
Okay, and then next time we'll tell you all about the Connecticut Sheep and Wool Festival, and
maybe we'll see you there.
Yes.
We'll start a thread, and if you're going to be there, let us know so we can say hi.
And if you do see us, come up and say hi, please. We'd love to meet you.
It's gonna be fun.
Yay.
It's a nice little sheep and wool festival. I bought my Angora bunny there a couple years ago. R.I.P. Strawberry.
Oh.
I'm not buying any this year, though.
Okay.
I bought chickens. We got chickens about a month ago. So, no more pets.
Okay.
The cats and the chickens are all I can handle. By the way, if you raise chickens, they are not the smartest animals in the world. I'm like, really, girls? We bought golden comets, and they're all pullets, so they're all supposed to be girls, theoretically. And they're so stupid. They're not smart at all. Like, you refill their water and they kick all their shavings in it because, they scratch and peck. And, Anyways, have a great week.
Bye.
Happy knitting. Until next time. Bye.